So I was in my freshman year of high school and we had a basketball game. And I'm warming up and doing my usual kind of warm up routine. And in one of our drills, I go for a rebound and my arm gets hit. And I fall to the ground. I'm laying there in pain and something's wrong with my shoulder. And the trainers run up to me and they diagnose me with a dislocated shoulder. So I go to the hospital. The doctors pop it back in and they say that my shoulder is severely damaged and that I'm going to have to get surgery and my season's over. So people empathize a lot with physical pain when they see someone hurt. But the part that I had to deal with that no one really kind of tells you about until you experience it is the emotional and mental side of it, like how to deal with the pain, and more importantly, how to deal with all the spare time I have now to fill the void of not playing sports 5 days a week. So the biggest thing I kind of learned from this experience was that I took away a different viewpoint of how I viewed the people in my life. I got to spend more time with my family. I got to go out to dinner more with my parents. I got to get closer with my parents. I also got to get closer with my friends. People that I used to only do things like once a week with, I can now get dinner with them during the week, which was something I really was not used to because I was always spending my time playing sports. So this was a pleasant change for me. Another thing is I always found my identity in sports. It's just who I was. I was an athlete always growing up. So now I had to find new hobbies. So I started reading. I found I really enjoyed reading. I started taking walks around my neighborhood. Me and my mom would do it almost every day. It was nice to go out and get the fresh air and get to know my mom better in the process. I got to watch more TV shows. I got to see these cool stories come to life and the complexities of those stories. And I got to start playing trivia every week with one of my really good friends, which was something I never even thought was a thing people did. And all of a sudden I'm throwing out these nerdy answers and I'm impressing myself every week. And that's something I still do every week. And now that I'm not playing at this point, I got into coaching and being able to help guys out and kind of teach them what I know is something that's become invaluable for me still to this day. And I am still involved in sports, like I said. It's just not my whole life anymore like it was before the injury. And then something I couldn't even comprehend at the time when I did get hurt was that it gave me an opportunity in my professional life years down the road, because I was able to apply for a work study at the federal government, something I would have not had the opportunity to do had I been playing sports, 5-6 days a week. And I applied to this work study position. I got accepted. I started working there. I continue to work there. And now the federal government is paying for my college classes. So that worked out. And that was something, again, that I didn't even know was possible when my shoulder popped out. So the reality is there are negatives about it. It hurt. There was a lot of trauma. I was angry. And it's still difficult to put into perspective years later, looking back at it, because it was a very difficult time. But it did give me opportunities. It gave me a chance to branch out, to get to know myself, and to be able to fill into my life better. I'm proud to say that Jacob Lupo has become the kind of man that I think his parents would always want and what I've always wanted for myself. Thank you.